Good morning. We have a beautiful sunrise coming up. I was thinking about chatting about routine. I'm not really sure. I know, riveting content right here. I don't really know where I would go with this, but I have now been told by multiple people over the last year that I don't know really how to phrase it, or how he phrased it 2 days ago, that I have a good routine, or I'm good at routine, something like the ability to stick to a routine, the ability to focus, while in multiple different environments while traveling. And one of the guys here was asking me about routine and kind of how I got to this point. And I was like, it's kind of a longer story. Like, I wish I could just be like, oh yeah, I just lock in and get a cup of coffee and that's it. But I think I want to say there are multiple variables, but at the same time, I'm wondering if there are fewer variables that contribute to this than I think. So I wanted to share off the top of my head, like, what helps the most with routine, as well as kind of my story here, which fits in. Because the first thing that came to mind was, like, I go back to quitting my job, and there was a part of that where I decided that I had wanted more chaos and discomfort in my daily life, and that's why I bought a van and quit my job. And it was almost because of that, like, pendulum swing to the other side of into a life where there's no routine. There is only chaos, that I swung back and found coffee shops and working in coffee shops as my routine, and like gravitated towards that. And that's something that I don't know that I would be able to, like, help someone. Like, I think that part of my life is just one of those experiences that you would have to experience, but at the same time, yeah, I mean, my focus was pretty disgusting back then. We've come a long way. So I have worked in over 200 coffee shops around the world, and one of the things that I realized about working in a coffee shop on my laptop is that, well, first off, when I started going to them, it's like a new environment, and with a new environment, your brain hasn't made any associations with the environment yet. So it's like, okay, you're home. It's like where you're comfortable and where you eat food and where you relax. Maybe you have like an office for working, but a coffee shop, you don't have any associations with that place, and so you can build the association to be whatever you want. If it's like, whenever I go to a coffee shop, I draw, or like it's only for coffee shops or for like quick in and out caffeine hits, and that's it, takeaway. And what I did was, coffee shop is for focused mindset, journaling, work. It's for getting work done, being around other people, having that like subtle sense of accountability. Like, you're not going to be in a coffee shop sitting there on your phone like scrolling Instagram and looking at YouTube and whatever else. That's what I thought as well, at least. So building that association was really important for me. And then it's almost like, I almost want to say, the constraint of only having basically 4 hours a day to do focused work. Because when I was in the van, I could really only work in the morning when I went to a coffee shop, and I couldn't really work in the afternoon. And so it's like, okay, I have this constraint on my time of, this is the only time in the day that I can focus and basically do work. It's not completely true, but that's the best time to do work. So something about, lifestyle change, something about what was the second thing I said? New environments, creating new associations, and something about, time constraint, and something about this sunrise. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So those are a couple things that have helped so far. Other things that come to mind, tying work to a good reward. So when I would sit down in a coffee shop, there's something about that environment, smell of the coffee, the running of the coffee grinders, people chatting, and like you put in the headphones, and then all the noise becomes this like background white noise. And taking that first sip of espresso, and I found that I would look forward to the next morning. And I think that's because always, like literally always, when I drank coffee was next to my laptop about to start working. And so the reward of coffee, it tastes good, caffeine hit, was like directly associated with opening the laptop and getting work done. I think that has also made a big difference as well. And then I'm trying to think of, I think having a strong motivation or why or purpose to why you're working is also like understated, foundational. Because I mean, if you just don't want to do the work, then it's going to be a lot harder to do the work than if you actually just wanted to do the work. And then the last thing, and I feel like this is the least actionable, but I've been doing this for, like, I've been going to coffee shops and working for like 3 years now or something. I've been working from different places for probably 3 years. And so a certain amount of this is just time and experience. I say that like 3 years is a lot of experience, but I mean, I've been to a lot of coffee shops, and for the majority of those days of the last 3 years, I have sat down and worked on my laptop. And so there's a certain amount of just repetitions that you get in. Here's some other ones. Meditation over the long term. With enough sessions of meditation, you get to a point where I feel more able to acknowledge the thoughts in the work session that distract me and like take me away from focus. And so there are some moments when I'm working where I'll be like, hold on, is this really what I should be doing right now? And then like rein the focus back in. That comes with meditation. What was the other one? Oh, I just had it. What else? Routine, things that help with focus, things that help with routine. I would say, in terms of habit stacking has helped a lot. Making things effortlessly easy. So like I go on a walk every morning. It's not like I put on a shirt and my sandals and I just walk. Like it's not like, oh, I gotta get my shoes on, I gotta take a shower and get clothes on. Like I just walk. So making things very easy, that's something that I've learned. Look at my YouTube channel. That is one of the core principles of these videos, is like, I'm not editing anything. I'm not, setting expectations of like, okay, I need to post great videos. I need to make sure the hook is good. I need to, look at my watch time and my view duration. Like, no. I just put the phone up. I hit the record button, and then I just talk. And it is the consistency over the long term that is part of the value here. So, habit stacking, making things very easy. I think, as a generalized statement, people put too much pressure on themselves, expectations from what other people are going to think, how other people, oh, if I put out this video, I think a lot of it, well, I actually don't know this. I was going to say, I think a lot of it is unconscious fear. Oh, if I put out this YouTube video, like, it has to be a banger, And so I think there are some expectations that we put on ourselves that limit us from just starting, And that's one of the big things that I've learned over the past couple of years, is how to just start. And I think I've gotten pretty good at that. So, what else? Routine, focus. Setting timers. I'm sure there are like zillions of other things. Sleep. I was gonna say, getting good sleep is like huge for just being able to focus. So I don't know if I kind of wrap this up in a couple sentences. Like, what are the big movers for routine? I also think there's a difference between routine and focus, but I'm not gonna try and differentiate it now. I think it's like, you could say identity change. It's a big mover. Habit stacking, making things very easy to do. making it so you want to do the thing. Creating a good reward association with the action, and then just foundationally taking care of your body and your brain, eating well, sleeping well, so that you can actually focus. I think that's probably it for now. Like I said, I'm sure there are plenty of other things, but those are a list of things that have helped me with routine. And yeah, see you tomorrow.